Now, we all love freedom of speech, and we all like protesting issues that we feel that our government is doing. Sometimes there's a right time and place to protest, and there's a wrong time and place to protest. I have mentioned in other videos that the highway is not the time and place to protest. Sure, you're going to get media coverage, you're going to get people to notice you, but you're not going to get the right kind of attention that you want. The same group that scheduled the Dan Ryan Expressway shutdown have planned a second protest that will shut down the Eisenhower Expressway, and they're planning this on November 14th this year. How long are these protests and riots going to go on? I find it great that, just in case, and I don't mean to get political here, but once the election is over and they get a new president, I'm glad they're going to keep going with it, just in case a certain color, certain guy that rhymes with fighting wins. At least they'll keep up with the protests. But anyway, I digress. Today's video, we're actually going to talk more about the Hobbs Act and why these protests that block the highway is 100% illegal, and you could be penalized. You could be charged for this. So anyway, guys, I want to give a big shout out to trucker Beetle Bailey as well. If you guys notice, my microphone or if you guys notice, my sound is a lot better. Trucker Beetle Bailey has shipped me the lavalier microphone, which I'm using now. And then he also gave me the Boya microphone here. It kind of plugs into the phone. It's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, sit back, relax. Let's just jump right into it. Maybe I should just give you all some information first on why the highway is being shut down November 14th. Give you all some context of all this. The shutdown is planned for Saturday, November 14th at 12 p.m. The group Facebook event states the event is called BLM Wrongfully Convicted Shutdown Eisenhower Expressway. So, they got more protests, more highway shutdowns. And why is this completely illegal? Why are they able to get away with it? It's illegal. Yes, it is. You know why? The Hobbs Act. What is the Hobbs Act? Well, I'm going to tell you what the Hobbs Act is. We're going to go over the Hobbs Act amongst other things. But here's the thing. People are allowing these protesters to get away with this. I think they should be equally responsible and charged as well as the protesters. All right, there's nothing wrong with a peaceful protest at all. I want to make that very clear. But an illegal protest, everything wrong with it. Hobbs Act was named after the Congressman Sam Hobbs and codified at 18 U.S.C. subsection 1951, and is a federal law enacted in 1946 that provided whoever in any way, degree obstructs or affects commerce or movement of any article or commodity in commerce by robbery or extortion or attempts to conspire to do so, commits or threatens physical violence to any person or property in furtherance of a plan or purpose to do anything in violation of this section, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. Basically, you go after a truck driver on the highway, the interstate, you either get up to 20 years in prison or a major fine. But why is none of this, why is this not being enforced? Why isn't this happening? I don't understand this. Anyway, let's continue. There's a basic summary of the Hobbs Act. When you have these protests happening and the riots, and like I said many times, protests are allowed. You're allowed to protest. There's a time and place to do everything, though. Keep it peaceful. Take it to the city. Get permits if you have to. Blocking off a highway, and it's a double standard, too. Blocking off a highway isn't the right way to do it. When it's truck drivers doing this, we get ticketed. We get fined. They have no problem enforcing the law upon us. But when it comes to these protesters, they get a free pass apparently. In my opinion, they do. I feel like they do. It's a double standard. Now, there are certain states that are about to really feel the pain here soon by defunding the police. And what I mean by that is there's certain truck drivers saying that if Seattle, Washington decides to go through with defunding the police, truck drivers aren't going to go there. And I can see why. A lot of us, I refuse to go to Minneapolis. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys are out there going through these cities. It's no problem. But it's not a problem until it is a problem. And let me explain why. Trucker comes under gunfire attack just off Kansas City Interstate. Big rig hit over 10 times. How many of us are going to take this? How many of us are, how many trucks have to get shot at before we start firing back? Police officers, they I can't say that they wouldn't help us if they didn't see that. But it's funny, they rarely ever catch cars cutting us off. They rarely ever catch cars texting and driving. They rarely ever catch people shooting at a freaking semi. And it's because they're underfunded, right? They need more funding. But I also believe, I can also thank one of my friends for this kind of logic. But defunding the police, but wanting more training, you got to fund them more to get more training, right? So I actually got to agree with that. Maybe get them more training, but use that funding for training only, not militarization. But anyway, I digress. We're going to move farther. So about that shooting in Kansas City. Kansas City authorities are seeking the public's help after a big rig was shot at and struck multiple times on Tuesday. According to the Kansas City Police Department, the tractor trailer had just exited off of I-70 onto James Street. The truck was then struck at least 10 different times by gunfire. At this time, police believe the incident was at random, and as there is no apparent motivation for the shooting. I have posted several videos. You guys have seen me post several videos of truck drivers getting shot at. Truck drivers' lives getting in danger. And I actually just read an article where truck drivers' approval ratings, like people actually liking them, have went up 28%. That's good. That's great. That's dandy. And I'm happy that the appreciation has really gone up. But seeing these people attack truck drivers, rob, loot, steal, it just makes, like I said, we are the number 6th most dangerous job in the U.S. and we choose it. We love it. Of course we love it. But doesn't mean we have to tolerate it, right? We choose to get in this industry, but doesn't mean we have to tolerate all the BS with it when there could be solutions. There could be a way to fix this. Fix the issue that's going on in today's society with truckers and everything else. With the pedestrians, with the civilians, with the people that are out to harm us. In fact, it's even truckers versus truckers. There was another article recently where a truck driver decided to stab another truck driver over a parking spot. Now, that's petty. That is petty. Who does stuff like that? Who? It's not worth it. And you know what I have to say about that? Plan your trip better. No, just kidding. I'm not going to go that far. Not like some of these dweebs out there. That plan your trip better. No, it's not the ELD at all. Plan your trip better. Lack of parking. Plan your trip better. I hate that. I hate that. Plan your trip better. Anyway. The people out here, the things that are happening today, it's getting crazy. Arm yourself. Get your gun permit. Take safety classes. It's not illegal to have a firearm in your semi-truck. It might be against company policy, but it's not illegal. You're one of those that go to New York or California or Illinois, all the anti-gun states. Find alternatives. Protect yourselves. Because your life matters too. Truckers' lives matter. And they always will. We are the backbone of the nation. And we will continue to serve because that's what we're paid to do. I ain't leaving. I don't plan on getting out of truck anytime soon. I hope you guys aren't either. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Have a wonderful day. Keep the rubber side down. And as usual, Misfit Trucker, out.